Cancer, hello. Let's see what's going on with you. Ooh, we got the Chariot and the Tower. Could be dealing with a Scorpio, could have a Scorpio placement. But let's see what's going on with your divine union. What's this anxiety you have here? Maybe trouble sleeping. Something you're anxious about. Maybe, oh wow. Fumbling. Maybe you're trying to communicate, or someone in the connection is wanting to communicate, but they're like fumbling. 10 of Cups. Let's see. Hey yo, I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. Hey yo, I'm slipping. I'm falling. I got to get up. I don't know the rest of the words. And one more. King of Cups, 9 of Cups. So I feel like the masculine has maybe been single for a while. If you're the masculine, you could be the feminine. You've been single for a while, independent. The King of Cups might be trying to come in and approach the feminine. And if the feminine is in this 9 of Cups energy, very self-fulfilled, you know, it's like the longer that you're single, the more independent you get, the more self-reliant you get, and it can be harder. You can be less approachable. So the feminine, you might feel like you're not approachable. You may have heard that. Ooh. Could be dealing with a Gemini, but the Gemini, you could have a Gemini placement, but there is, Gemini had the Death in the same spot in their reading, which I just did. And I've shuffled them, so. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, I rarely have cards in reverse because I reset them pretty often. So the 5 of Pentacles in reverse could be that not feeling like you have enough, but I'm going to look at it because we have the 9 of Pentacles over here. So we have the 9 of Pentacles and we have the 9 of Cups peeking out. I feel like somebody feels like they don't have enough to offer this person over here. Right? Like somebody's looking at, and they're like, damn, they have got it going on. Somebody is like sitting pretty, looking good, all of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there are 6 moons, right? So could be, that could be you or them if you're dealing with a Gemini. Or you could be a early Cancer. Nelly, thank you. But there's 6 moons on this person's chest. And there's no arms there. My hands are freezing right now, which is... They're not freezing, but, you know, it's a little chilly. I'm not a fan of chili. Unless it's 3 bean. And then we have the Death in the middle here. Ugh. What's going on here, Cancer? Come on. You've got enough. You are enough. Maybe working on some affirmations. Sitting with yourself and going, okay, where do I feel like I'm lacking? Where do I feel like I'm blocked? Because 5 is the number of lack and block and not feeling worthy enough. It's fears. And yeah, I feel like whoever this is, they're not doing anything. See, they don't have any arms. They're just sort of like sitting in their place. Could be dealing with a fixed sign with the Pentacles that's fixed. Fixed as Pentacles or Earth. And with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse here, yeah, you could be dealing with an earth sign or a fixed sign. It's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for earth, and then that's Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. So you could be dealing with those signs. You could have those placements, and those placements could be just in a place that is maybe astrologically influenced right now. So if you know your chart, if you don't know your chart, look at your chart. Maybe see what's going on in those placements. Maybe in your 6th house, we have the 6 moons here. Maybe in your 5th house, right? Because we've got the five of Pentacles in reverse. House and home is usually associated with Pentacle energy. That's the physical. I don't know what's going on because I don't know everything. So that's what tarot is about anyway. I'm channeling what I know, so you can decide what you do or don't know and then figure out the rest. That's what all forms of divination and insight are for. I'm not here to do the work for you, nor is tarot. That's quite a lot. We have some balance here. Something about this death card here is bringing balance to the situation. So there's a tower, there's some sort of ending that's coming in that's going to bring a balance. Now, the 5 of Pentacles in the upright, anytime there's a lack or a 5, I would say that the advice is always round it up, like simple math. Round it up to a 10, right? Just like you would do. If you have 5 in simple math, you've got 10 if you're rounding up, right? And so if you're in this place, it's just an illusion. You actually have 10. You just have to round it up. And that might sound really simple, because it is, because divine is always simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. So the 5 in reverse could mean that this person is realizing that they just got to flip it. Could be dealing with a Pisces, but somebody in a hangman position that's in it, which also came out in the Gemini reading. So yeah, you might be a cusper. And maybe you've dealt with a lot of Gemini energy. Gemini is also the lovers, which if you're trying to attract love, this could be the struggle. You could be struggling with Gemini energy, which is all about mirroring yourself, and mirroring is like a reflection. So you might be thinking, or this individual, whichever one you feel like you are, if you feel like this is the energy that you're in, it being in reverse is like, I mean, lack is always perceived, right? Because there's always some sort of abundance. We're all abundant. We're all capable. We all are divine. It's just the timing of realizing that and having that conversation with yourself, and doing the shadow work, and transmuting and elevating those lower frequencies and lower vibrations and lower versions of yourself to their highest possible frequency and vibration to benefit your divine purpose, your divine calling. Temperance again. A lot of similar cards to the Gemini reading. They had the lovers, they had temperance, they had both Cancerian cards, both Pisces cards. So a lot of mirroring. This could be your polar sign, which is Sagittarius, right? Gemini and Sagittarius. Yeah, because Virgo and Pisces are polar opposites. So yeah, you could be dealing with Sagittarius. Or something with this season, because we're in your polar season. No, because you're Cancer. So excuse me, you're not Gemini, and therefore you're polar. But if you are dealing with the Gemini, because I do feel a lot of similarities there, and it could be just because I just did their reading, and so I'm just merging out of that. So I do get this cusper energy. But yeah, your polar sign is Capricorn. So, which is devil energy, which is lack, which is essentially 5. It's all lack and fear. So there's somebody's in devil energy. Somebody is in this, like, I am not enough. They think that this could be your person. Let's find out. Is this your person? Who is this 5 of Pentacles? Because this motherfucker is driving me crazy. They are confusing. They are confused, and therefore they are confusing you. So somebody needs to make up their damn mind, and they need to just round it up. They need to get out of this fear, because yeah, 10 of Wands, they need to get out of this. They're overburdened. 10 of Wands came out twice in the Gemini reading. 9 of Pentacles, again. So we have the 9 of Pentacles here, and the 9 of Pentacles in your placement. So yeah, I think this person, and the 7 of Swords is guarded energy. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with this is you, Cancer. You're sitting pretty. You're not doing anything. This is the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine is not making any moves, and the Masculine is struggling with how they feel. If you're the Divine Masculine, maybe there's a cross watcher here, because there's like a lot of infiltration of energy here. So, a leaky energy. So I feel like if you know that you're the Divine Masculine, you know that you're in this place and you're nervous, you've spotted your Divine Feminine, and you want to make this approach to them, then just flip whatever I'm saying. But I feel like for the feminine, we'll talk about the feminine right now. The feminine is not making any moves, which is good, right? Because the masculine energy approaches, masculine energy pursues. The feminine does not. It's not that the feminine doesn't do anything. The feminine works on themselves and keeps their frequency pure so that they can attract the masculine in 3D. So they're focused on the 5D, right? They're doing the work on themselves. They're not reaching outside of themselves. That's why there's no arms here. They're just doing the work on themselves with that purple and the moons. This person is very much in their Piscean and Cancerian energy, the moon energy, their intuition, the High Priestess, right? This person could just be very tuned in to their spell work, and very much in their feminine energy, which is the High Priestess, the third eye. That sort of purple is like that royal witch energy. Also, they have this little wheel here, so I feel like this is Cancer. I feel like this is you, right? With this little wheel here, it's like those rollerblades. Usually the stopper is kind of on the back, but the skates, they're usually on the front. But it's like the brake is on in the front. This is like someone who has the ability to move on, but they're waiting. And so I don't feel like this person, I don't feel like the feminine is, they might be a little bit impatient, but I don't feel like they're trying to rush the masculine. If they're tuned in to this divine feminine energy, then they know that they're not, it's not going to serve the union if they rush or send a sort of bad lower shadow frequencies to their person. Like, come on, hurry up. They want their masculine to come in right. They want their masculine to come in divine and not in this fear-based place, because then someone who approaches, a masculine who approaches in this energy is someone who is always going to be insecure. They're always going to be second guessing. And this is someone who is jealous. This is someone who's going to be leaning towards possessiveness. This is not somebody, this is a toxic entity. This is a toxic vibration. This is a shadow self. So this person needs to be in their, and we have the 9 of Pentacles here. They need to be in this here, which means they have to bring an ending with the 10 of Wands to this old way of thinking, to the burdens of the past, the burdens of the external, working for others. It's like there's shadow working for others. They're doing so much work in the physical world, in the masculine world with the wands and fire, that they're not, they need to get into a feminine place, which is this 9 of Pentacles. This is like pre-Empress energy, right? Could be same-sex connection here, but I feel like this is a masculine that needs to get into their feminine placement and nurture themselves. Because if you're in this place, you're always going to be thinking, you're always going to be needing somebody else to tell you that you're beautiful, somebody else to tell you that you're worthy, that you're awesome. You need someone else to fill up your cup. This is someone who can fill their own cup, right? They know that they're not going to, and I do feel like the masculine is going to send a message. We have the bird here. It's like the masculine's like a falconer, could be an Aries. Native American zodiac is, for Aries, is the hawk. We also have Capricorn, which is the snow goose. I don't know that geese were ever sent as messengers, but I know like falconers, the falcon and the hawk is Aries. Sagittarius is the owl. Like Harry Potter, they sent them as messengers. So yeah, you could be dealing with those signs, but I feel like this person's going to send a message on air, right? Which is swords, which is communication. All right. And we have the 7 of Swords here. So there's a blockage. There's a guarded energy in the communication. You two could have already had a sort of conversation, or maybe like a very quick exchange of messages, and it was maybe this feminine put the masculine in their place, and maybe not even intentionally or overtly. Maybe they were just stating their truth and they were standing their ground. Here, this is somebody that has the ability to come or go. This is someone who's very balanced in what decisions they make. Again, they're not reaching out. This is someone who's been through several ego deaths. This is someone they don't need somebody else to tell them that they're beautiful. They don't need someone else to tell them that they're worthy. This person is self-sufficient, and it can be this is someone who is like very, can be very intimidating to approach. So maybe the masculine like tried and slipped in a little casual, lower vibration, maybe something like sexual, maybe something just sort of just superficial, very much like a page. And this pre-empress or empress was like, nah. And I actually think it was if this happened when this individual was in a pre-empress energy, or maybe not even pre-empress, like pre-empress. And I think that them standing their ground and not accepting this low vibration put them in, it highered their frequency, right? That's what the twin flame connection does, right? If we try to force it to come together before we're ready, before both parties are ready and divinely aligned and balanced in their emperor and empress placement, then and with the pentacles here, yeah, you could be dealing with a Taurus. The feminine could be a Taurus here, or you could have a Taurus placement. But if you meet up with them and have this exchange, the feminine really holds the ground, like holds the standard. The feminine chooses, right? Because an empress is going to attract a lot of messengers and a lot of pages and a lot of kings and a lot of false emperors. But the empress only accepts the emperor. And so it's the empress in the twin flame connection forces the masculine, right? Prompts the masculine, calls the masculine to a higher frequency by maintaining this level of integrity. And so I feel like that was almost like they both get higher and higher, until they get to this place where they're both balanced and unconditional with themselves and others. And so I feel like this was a sort of a level for both of the individuals. That's what the twin flame connection is. It calls the feminine to not accept anything less, and it prompts the I don't want to say forces, because there is no force in this, but it does urge or prompt the masculine to get their shit together, right? And that's because the divine union and the twin flame connection and journey is ethereal, right? It is of the 5D. So bringing it into the 3D, which is masculine, the 5D is feminine. So bringing it into the masculine is the greatest challenge, because you're trying to like lasso the moon, right? You're trying to bring something that is so magical into reality, right? Into the tangible, something mystical, and make it tangible. Celestial to the terrestrial. And so that's very challenging, and it doesn't mean that, oh, the feminine is better than the masculine. It means that the masculine is the one that has to do more of the work to create a space to hold this majesty, to hold her majesty, to hold the 5D, right? It's like they have to build and create like birds do. They create this beautiful home that the two can build and create from and sing their songs. And, you know, birds are, they mate for life, and they're incredible co-creators and parents, and they build together and they communicate whenever, especially cardinals, when they're on the ground. I'm trying to see what kind of bird this is. See, it looks like it's got a little like net, little thing over its head, which does give me this sort of like falconeering thing. It's like, which is, I don't condone, obviously. It's like putting a caged bird is one of the most depressing and disheartening, heartbreaking things in this world, is to see something of the airs trapped, right? So it's like the masculine is to create kind of like an open aviary, if that makes sense, right? It's like, because you don't control the other one, you don't own the other one. That's this vibration here is very possessive. Could be dealing with a Scorpio, or if you are dealing with a Taurus, is also notorious for any of the fixed signs, really, because they are fixed, which is Earth. They can get into a very possessive place in their shadow aspect. So I need some water. I have Cancer moon, and it's thirsty right now with all this talk and this, something with the Seven of Swords. There's a blockage in the throat chakra. Or there was in the past. So, we'll clarify in a minute again, but there was some sort of blockage, some sort of disruption of the communication. Maybe you didn't meet up. Maybe the masculine just saw something in the feminine, and they were like, oh yeah, I can't approach that person. Maybe, and it could be a social media post. It could be something they heard from a friend. Maybe you work together, or they saw you at work, and maybe a mutual friend or somebody, they heard something that was like, oh no, they don't date, I'm just going to say, they don't date smokers, okay? No, they would never date a smoker. And this is a very small example here. But yeah, maybe the masculine was like, oh, I got to quit smoking. So they've gone through this work of like, right, the 10 of Wands can be like sobriety, releasing attachments to external influences, right? Or they're like, oh yeah, they would never date a smoker or a drinker or a player, right? Like, oh no, they're looking for marriage. You know, they're not into casual connections. And so this can also be about casual connections, right? Those wands is carrying a lot of sexual energy. Those wands are very phallic shaped, right? So that can be a lot of like casual connections. You know which one you are here, Cancer, so let's be real with each other. But the masculine in this connection is doing the work to to meet this person. And that could be physically, maybe they only see them from a distance and they're going to come meet them. But energetically, they're working to meet them. And they are reviewing this blocked energy. I'm going to clarify this I almost said 7 of Wands, the 7 of Swords. Because we have the 9 of Swords again in the other deck, which is that anxiety, sleepless nights, trouble seeing. See, they're covering their eyes, they're covering their, and see, I don't feel like the feminine, and if you are the feminine, you could be struggling. The feminine could be struggling with, like, they know logically they want their person to be ready, they want the person to be on their highest frequency, they want them to be, you know, divine. But they could still just be dealing with loneliness, what ifs, where's my person? They could still just be like, you know, struggling with feeling kind of impatient, or like, is this ever going to happen? Is this person ever going to come in? Am I ever going to find my person? Are they going to find me? But we have the 10 of Pentacles. All right, so that's the 9 of Pentacles coming together. You know, to create a stable, earth-based, physical, tangible. The masculine is the tangible, 3D, real world, right? Now, the feminine could be dreaming of this person. And then they wake up and they're like, oh gosh, here I am in quote-unquote reality. I'm back in the Matrix and I don't have my Neo, right? And this is what they want. They want to see it in the 3D. They want to see it in their physical, tangible, pentacle world. And so the masculine is doing that work to bring this into a reality. This is the focus of the divine union. Right? This is what we want. We want the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. See, and the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles are fixed energy, which is earth energy, which is the most overtly feminine of the elements. The most overtly masculine is fire, and then air and water are sort of androgynous energetically. Air is more masculine leaning and water is more feminine leaning. But that's the more mutable, right? Air and water is where mutable comes from, fire is cardinal, and then earth is fixed. However, because it's earth and 3D and Pentacles is masculine. So there's a duality in all things. There's masculine and feminine in all things. But it's like, this is what I was talking about, where the masculine creates that open aviary. They create the foundation for the home and the hearth, so that the feminine can truly be in their most feminine, right? The feminine might just be in kind of like, this is very independent and all of that, but that also means that the feminine has to do everything themselves, right? They have to pay the bills. They gotta like either pay somebody to fix the stuff around the house, or they have to get really handy at fixing stuff around the house. So it's like, this person's independent, but they're also, there's like a exhaustion, right? They're sort of tired of doing it all on their own. Even though they can, doesn't mean they want to. So we have Judgment Day, 10 of Pentacles, like this fruition is coming. The day is coming, all right? Cherish the day, don't go astray. Don't be afraid, don't catch me running. Sade, cherish the day. And that's this like, this is the date, the invitation, the celebration of love, the cups, right? This is somebody coming into your energy. If you're the feminine Cancer here, there's so much mirroring here, and I feel like there's a cross watcher. Somebody is cross watching. Somebody has definitely got their eye on the feminine, and they are watching the feminine. But this is the offer. This is. Oh, it's gone. I had some sort of something to offer for that, a comparison or a simile or something. So to clarify the Seven of Swords, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is the solid offer. This person, the Seven of Swords, it's like they're reviewing, they're letting go. Okay, so if they're holding on, there's this Five of Swords, which is blocked energy. So we've got the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Five of Swords here that they're holding on to. This is that attachment. This is that lack. But they're looking at the Two of Swords. Now, with every Two of Swords, there's a choice. And usually the Two of Swords is something that you're not seeing. It's a choice that's coming up. It's an unexpected decision or between two paths. It's the fork in the road. This person's looking directly at it. This person is making the choice, and when they choose one, they're going to have one sword here, and that means one has to go. You have to relinquish one of the swords when you make a choice. That will leave them with 6 swords. 6 of Swords is that hero coming in to save the feminine and take the feminine, and the feminine may have a child, or they're taking they're rescuing the feminine in order to create something. Could be a child, could be some sort of creative process, could be the love that they're going to build, together. It could be the open aviary where, it's like, if the masculine is like the foundation and the roof and the protection for these birds to come in, then the feminine would be like the bird seed and the garden that's in there that allows the other birds to come in and feed and help turn over the soil and to eat the pests and things that are on the garden and help keep it nurturing for the growth. It takes two, baby. It takes two, baby. Page of Swords, yeah, and the Devil. The masculine is watching the feminine. So if you know who you are, if you're the masculine. Either you're the feminine and the masculine is watching this reading because they're trying to figure you out. They're trying to make sure that they build this aviary to your specs. They want to make sure that they build it big enough, strong enough with the materials that you want. They want to make sure that they do it right. Like this person's going to do, the masculine is going to do whatever it takes. Like I feel like the masculine sees the feminine, and whether you've had a conversation or some sort of exchange, or maybe you've seen them watching your story, or they've liked or commented, maybe you have some sort of like online platform that they're interacting with, but I feel like the masculine is, they are doing their research. So I do get that analytical kind of like Gemini air energy, right? Could be dealing with an air sign. But this is someone who, 34 on the clock, someone who is mirroring you. They're going to make sure that they are perfect for you. This is like holding on to the idea of societal perfection. This is an illusion. This is unrealistic. It doesn't exist. That's the devil. the attachment to the illusion of perfection or the illusion of abundance, right? Once you realize you have more than enough, you put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Once you have that realization and you let go of the past, you go through, ego deaths, you do some shadow work, you build yourself up, you do affirmations, you're doing this work and you're healing your inner child, then you know that you have everything that you are willing to, you have everything that this person needs. If I'm speaking to the masculine, if you are watching, or if the Cancer is masculine, masculine in this dynamic here, you have everything that you need, and you have the strength, the insight, the resources, the ability to find the resources, and the ability to, the intelligence to figure out and outsource whatever you don't have, right? So if you, say the feminine wants a light installation in this, I'm going to keep going with this open aviary metaphor here, but say they need a light installation, right? They want some little twinkly fairy lights in there and make it real cute. The masculine may not be an electrician. Maybe they have a friend that's an electrician, or maybe they're just going to get on YouTube and become an electrician by, because they know that they have all the goods, they have all the material. All that they need for this feminine is the drive and the confidence to love them unconditionally. The rest will work itself out. All the technical aspects will work itself out, right? It's like on the job training. You're gonna figure it out. So if you needed to hear that, masculine, like, you're smart, you're intelligent, you have the experiences, and everyone can be a damn expert with YouTube. So all you need is, you're here. So just type in fairy light atrium or open aviary installation, and I guarantee you will be an expert. So you'll figure it out. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This is solid. This is somebody kind of coming out of the clouds. It's gonna feel like it's coming out of thin air. And for the feminine, when you get this message, this offer, someone's going to tell you, like, I know that I am your person. I know that I'm right for you. The world this is all the fixed signs as well, but this is coming together. It's also that the World Wide Web, right? Could be online, could be physical travel. There could be a distance here. So yeah, maybe this person's going to have to fly in with that out of thin air. This person might be flying in like a bird on a wire. What is that? It's a movie with Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn. Mel Gibson is a Capricorn. Goldie Hawn is a Scorpio. That's a funny movie. That's a throwback. But that song, Like a Bird on a Wire, I don't know all the lyrics, but I will listen to it, and I will watch that movie now. eat Thanksgiving Day leftovers and watch old love stories. Because this feels the world is like that zoom out. The world is also about endings, and it's sort of like Cloud Atlas. Like, this is such a timeless love. Like, you are, you've done this so many times in other worlds. You guys have already come together. So it's like the masculine needs to, or is figuring out, oh yeah, I am their person, they're my person. So I guess whatever this little moment of insecurity I had is pointless, right? Because I know that they love me, because they've already loved me for so many lifetimes. This world feels very big, like this energy feels very ethereal, match made in heaven. You guys have already been married, and you've already had it before, right? And that's like when you get back into dating, when you get back into the workforce, if you've been unemployed or if you've been single for a long time, it feels very new and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, like, I don't know how to date in this world. I don't know what workers want from me. You know, it's all online. Everything's so different. Maybe there's an age gap here. And maybe this masculine is kind of old fashioned, or vice versa. But I feel like the love here is very old fashioned. The love here is very grounded in a sort of old world place. All right. So maybe you're going to be getting like a written letter, right? Coming out of thin air, like the post office with the eagle, the post office, that messenger, right? So maybe there's going to be some sort of, or an email, right? Something that feels sort of like old to, you know, like a DM. You might be getting a DM, a direct message, but it does feel, hopefully this person would know your address in a way that's not creepy if they're going to send you a letter. But yeah, it could be like, you know, like a Valentine's Day card or a Christmas card or something with the holidays. They could be, if you work together, you know, they could be giving you some sort of, and there could be a messenger, there could be a middleman, maybe that mutual friend, maybe the person that's like, oh no, maybe they've been asking somebody that knows you about you as the feminine, and they're going to relay a message, they're going to give you a message through that person. And I feel like it's going to be like a courtship, but could be a Scorpio, but we have death here, and then the Two of Pentacles is balance here, which is balancing two or more ideas, two or more sort of realities. Was that another one? It was. Yep, there's that Five of Swords, which I didn't realize, but it was coming out when I was trying to clarify the Seven of Swords, which confirms what I was talking about. This person, there was some sort of this gives some sort of imbalance of communication. And so, yeah, maybe because they don't know how to message or something. And it could be something that's specific, but this is something that I hate the thumbs up. I hate the thumbs up emoji. And so maybe that's what I'm getting. Is like maybe they sent the thumbs up emoji, and to them, they're like, that means, yeah, like thumbs up, tubular, you know, maybe it was like a big move for them because they don't really know how to communicate via messenger, via text message, or, you know, with the times or whatever. They would rather have a phone call, or I feel like they would rather talk in person, so that they can feel your energy and you can feel their energy, and then they can sort of match your energy, and not in a creepy narcissistic way, not in like a but in a mirroring way, right? Because there's something about this person, maybe words of affirmation is like their love language. Maybe something in communication was fractured for them as a child, where they don't know how to interpret just words. Like words make them uneasy, and so they would, if they're going to exchange words in communication, it's more like they communicate through body language, they communicate more through gestures and tone. Something about tone and hearing your voice is very important to them, so that they can read what's going on. This person feels quite timid and shy and scared, am I for things beyond my reach. Yeah, they have some sort of fracture there, and that's that throat chakra. There's something in their throat chakra that they have dealt with them, some sort of fracture. So yeah, maybe you had a little like exchange, and the feminine may have misinterpreted it as being casual, and then blocked them, stopped talking to them, you know, whatever, or just, you know, started like avoiding them in the workplace. However you guys know each other or don't know each other, I feel like it's in a way that you can't be intimate. You can't be intimate though, and you can't really connect because you pass each other in the workplace, or maybe you are with the school that I was getting. Was that in Gemini's reading? But I was getting them like something with school. Maybe with school, it's like, you know, you're in the classroom. You can't really communicate. Maybe you have one class together. Maybe you're a teacher and a student in college. Okay, so it's all legal, right? It's all legal. But with that age gap, yeah, there could be something where it's like, I just feel like this needs to happen organically. This person needs to have like a conversation, and they're very sensitive to tones and gestures, and the absence of those really leaves them at a loss and put them in this place of like, yeah, like, I don't know how to approach this person. I want to get it right. So maybe that's why they started talking to somebody else, or they've just gone into the Page of Swords mode where they're just watching you. We have the Four of Swords at the bottom here. So a lot of meditation. I feel like this person is trying to do practical things, very masculine, practical, logical approaches to understanding this divine Empress high priestess type energy that the feminine is putting off, because it's very big and it's very powerful and magical, and they love it, they want it, they want it, and they want to build that I want to say terrarium, that open aviary for this beautiful creative abundance. So they just want to make sure that they're getting it right. So the feminine, if you are struggling with that, just know that that's what they're going through. Know that the masculine is they're working their ass off. They're really working to get this right and to make sure that they can be everything for you. And so, you know, cut them some slack. And at the bottom over here, there it is. 10 of Cups and the 10 of, and we have this 9 of Swords that was coming out earlier in reverse. So yeah, there's the sleepless nights are, they're out of here. They're coming to an end. This person's bringing in clarity. That 10 of Wands, again, they're releasing this 10 of Wands. They're releasing that burden. They're releasing the fears. They're releasing this sort of like black magic spell that's been put on them by, I feel, probably a maternal figure. And they're bringing in this space. They're building this chalice, this vessel. That reminds me of Sweet Home Alabama. Spoiler, with the glasses. I won't spoil it completely. I'll just say with the glasses. If you know, you know. It's like this person wants to be totally abundant and right and have everything to provide for this feminine, because they really honor this feminine. They love this feminine, and they you know, I don't want to say they put them on a pedestal, but they definitely, this was kind of putting them on a pedestal. And ironically, in Sweet Home Alabama, it's like she just wanted quality time. She just wanted to be loved, you know? And so there's some sort of miscommunication, some sort of mishap, some sort of discrepancy of maybe a difference of love languages, and which is very common. So this is like learning to speak the love language of your person, so that you don't have any miscommunications ever again. Or if you haven't had any miscommunications in the 3D, they don't want any miscommunications. They want to make sure that you guys are on the same page, you're speaking the same language, and that you feel loved and nurtured, because they know something, they feel something, they recognize something about the feminine that is very sad or guarded due to their past experiences. And so they want to make sure that they're not going to repeat any cycles. Right? You're breaking the cycle together, and you're creating life and abundance and love and joy, right? And I really feel like cherish the day is like, cherish the day. It's going to be a day to be cherished. And they want to cherish the feminine. Because they know, like when a feminine is cherished and feels safe, they are like the unconditional love and nurturing support that comes out. The Queen of Swords is popping out in both of them. So yeah, there could have been a block of communication again. But the Queen of Swords in this deck, she has one hand open. I feel like the feminine is willing to listen to an offer, even if it's from someone with whom there was a blockage. They're willing to listen. So shoot your shot. That's what I almost said Taurus. That's what Sagittarius season is about. It's about shooting your shot. It's about you've had your eye on the target. You've been in this temperance. You've been in this drawback state. And you've exhaled. Let it go. At that exhale, when you're at the bottom, there's no influence of air, thought, miscommunications. You're in this clear channel. You release and you are focused. You've been looking at the center dot for so long. When you release and you truly just let it happen, you'll see where your arrow and all that hard work puts your arrow. It will be very direct and it will be center mass, right? So yeah, I feel like that's good stuff. So hopefully there was something in here for you / the cross watcher, because I know y'all are out there. And yeah, if this resonate, if this comes together, please comment about it. I would love to hear about it, because it feels very, very sweet and timeless, and yeah, it's kind of what the world needs right now. We need some more open aviaries. We need the birds and the bees coming back into our gardens, right? Because everything is so toxic and diluted and polluted. It's bad. But that's a video for another time. So until next time, I wish you well.